In this devlog, some crafting, inventory, flexi-hose and a collector. Let's kick it up with crafting. So first off, a furnace block has been added. It will consume some ore and craft ingot that will be needed for further crafting. If you want to make a silicon ingot, you will need to add 8 rocks into the furnace. Then an assembler block was also added, so this will use ingot to craft component and then component to craft bricks. I wanted to make crafting more visual, to make it more satisfying and so you can actually see what is being crafted. Some items will be 3D printed from ingot and some other will be assembled from their component. So yeah, some animation does not match 100%, but yeah, I can't spend too much time making something that will look perfect, but honestly I think it's just good enough for an indie game. Components are just items whose only purpose is to craft actual bricks, so for example a beam, a plate, an electrical component, a computer or a gravity unit. Inside the assembler you can queue several schematics. You can also have the assembler to look into and pull items from connected inventories. And finally, you can also toggle an option to automatically add components not present from its connected inventories. So yeah, really excited about this. It is really a big moment for the game as crafting is a massive step toward a full survival mode, which is really what a lot of people want and what I think this game really needs. Another related big addition to the game is a full-blown inventory system. First off, cargo units are now functional, so you can store any kind of item inside. Then you can connect them through a new system of conveyor tubes. This will give the option to do a manual transfer from the UI. But some inventory blocks will also have the option to automatically pull or push items. You can connect tube on any face of a cargo or other inventory blocks. You can also plug them to a mechanism to share inventory with a children entity or just simply use a hose. There is also a neat conveyor belt if you want something more visual for your factory. In order to collect ore, I've added a collector block. This can also be set up to pull nearby ore toward itself. By default, it will push items to connected inventory. You can also set it up to expel stuff instead, in which case it will want to pull from connected inventory. You can set it up really like you want, so you can expel items and still pull them if you need. There have been a few changes to the UI to accommodate that update. The biggest one is the addition of block variants. Several similar blocks are now grouped together, so for example inside the hull entry you will get the cubic shape, the wedge, the tetra and so on. I did this so you don't have to craft and manage plenty of blocks. So you only need to craft and store the master one, and then as you build you can switch on the fly to the shape variant you need. And quick tip, you can still use a single shape by dragging the little dot from the codex. One tricky thing was quantity. As in STARSHIP EVO, you can rescale the grid on the fly from 12 cm to 30 m. Quantity consumed will also change. So whenever you change the grid scale, the quantity display will also change, which means that placing a single block will always consume a quantity of 1. Might feel a bit weird for newcomers, but it all makes sense and hopefully will make working at different grid scale really seamless. And of course, as you stretch the block, it will consume several units. Then there is a few quality of life addition like the ability to right click the mouse to drop a single item or shift right click to drop 10x and alt to drop 100x. One last thing, due to popular requests, flexi-hose are making a big comeback. Place 2 bays and just simply connect them with the link tool. There are 2 hose types, the squarish one which transport item and the round one will be compatible with fuel in the following update, each coming in flat, corrugated and glowing variants. Compared to the older implementation, tools are massively optimized, so you should be able to use 1,000 of them without any issue. And yeah, they look also much better too and will deform neatly. So just be aware that you can't collide with the flexi part, and when you want to paint them, just paint one of the bases. And that's it for today guys, so see you in the next one.